And so by finding and labeling and grouping the data found in your blockchain, it will allow us to use the next level, which is federated learning. Federated learning is a subset of deep learning. And what federated learning is, it is machine learning over a distributed data set, right? So from deep learning, this level, the purpose of deep learning was to group and label data, right? So when you come to the federated learning level, the groups and the label data that we have, we're able to run computation on them. Things like evolutionary computation and genetic computation to create models of the best versions of yourself. So you come to us and you're like, hey, this is the person I want to be, right? Certain amount of skills, the career you want to have, anything you want to have, right? And so the federated learning takes the data that you currently have and the data that you'll be creating, interacting with different projects, different communities, and it uses those to tell you, hey, these are the actionable analytics based on the data that you have given us. In a different way to put it, the federated learning layer basically compares who you are from your data right now to who you want to be. And then the skills and the person you want to be and all that kind of stuff, right? So, and then it charts a path between these two, between who you are and where you want to be, and then it suggests projects, communities, or actions that you should take towards the person you want to be. And so that's why it's a personal assistant, because it has to understand who you are and where you are right now and where you want to be. And both of these are dependent upon the user and the data they provide to the system. See, the one thing I also want to mention is that this system is decentralized. This system is not owned by anybody. I created it, but I do not want to own it. I want it to be free and open source so that people can feel secure. And the last level, speaking of security, is homomorphic encryption. And so homomorphic encryption basically encrypts everything, right? And so by encrypting everything to ciphertext that only the system can understand, it makes sure that the creators of the system or even me or anybody else doesn't know about your data, doesn't know about the actionable analytics that the system has been providing you. The cell level is also supposed to be secure. It's supposed to save all your data and tag it as your own. That's why at the first level we bag and tag your data so that in later levels you can either sell your data, you can do whatever you want with your data, you can share with friends, you can mitigate who gets access to your data. And so to wrap it up, the cell level is supposed to empower users by revealing obscure and hidden talents and skills discovered through data mining. The other thing the cell level is supposed to do is suggest communities users can interact with or engage with to improve or further hone the skill sets that they have. The other thing the cell level will do is track progress through the data gathered from individual participation in projects and communities. That is what the cell level is. It's a personal assistant that is molded by you and by other really smart technologies in the midst to bring you analytics and actionable things that you can do towards becoming the best version of yourself. We leave that to you. We leave the actions parts to you. We can't make you do anything, but we can make you aware of the actions you can take towards becoming the best version of yourself. And that's what the cell level is. Updates on the website. So I have been I cut down a lot of the information on the website.